In this video, we are discussing subsets and its properties. Consider sets A, B, C, D. Let us compare set A and set B. If you observe, all the elements of set A are present in set B. So we can say set A is part of set B. Or we can say A is subset of B. If all the elements of set A are present in set B, then we say A is subset of B and we represent it as A is subset of B. Now let us compare set B and C. Here all the elements of set C are present in set B. So we can say set C is subset of set B. Next we will compare set B and D. Here elements 2, 3 of set D are present in set B, but 8, 9 are not present in set B. So set D is not a subset of set B and we represent it as set D not a subset of B. If every element of set A is also an element of set B, then A is called a subset of B. If there exists at least one element in A which is not a member of B, then A is not a subset of B. In these sets we have A subset of B and C subset of B. That means all the elements of set A and set C are present in set B. So set B contains both A and C. So set B is called superset. If A is subset of B, then we say that B contains A, or B is a superset of A. And we represent a superset as B is superset of A. Now we will see properties of subsets. Consider set B and set A as empty set. We can also represent this as phi. If we compare set A with B, since A is an empty set, we say set A is subset of B. So an empty set is a subset of every set. Now let us consider all the possible subsets for set B. We can have null set as a subset, element 2, 3, 2 and 3. These are the possible subsets for set B. If you observe, this last set is same as set B. This also contains elements 2, 3. Set B also contains elements 2, 3. So this is same as set B. So we say B is subset of B. That means every set is a subset of itself. Let us consider few sets. B as null set, B with one element, B with two elements. Let us write all the possible subsets. For the first set, the only possible subset is null set. For second set, null set and 2. For third set, we have null set, 2, 3 and 2, 3. If you observe, for the first set, number of elements in set B is 0 and number of subsets is 1, which can be represented as 2 power 0, which is equal to 1. For the second set, number of elements in set B is 1 and number of subsets is 2, which can be represented as 2 power 1, which is equal to 2. And for the third set, number of elements is 2 and number of subsets is 4, which can be represented as 2 power 2, which is equal to 4. So in general, if number of elements is m, then number of subsets will be equal to 2 power m. The total number of subsets of a finite set containing m elements is 2 power m. Consider set S. Let us write all the possible subsets. Here the number of elements is 3, so the number of subsets will be equal to 8. Let us name all these subsets. Let us take this as A, B, C, D, E, F, G and H. If we compare set A with S, A is subset of S and A is not equal to S. If we compare set B, B is subset of S and B is not equal to S. Similarly, if we compare set G, G is subset of S and G is not equal to S. So the sets A, B up to G are subsets of S and they are not equal to S. These subsets are called as proper subsets. But if we consider set H, H is subset of S but H is equal to S. Hence, this set is called improper subset. So in each and every set, there will be one subset which is an improper subset. So here the proper subsets are from A to G. So we have total 7 subsets, which we can write as 2 power 3 minus 1. Number of proper subsets of any set with m number of elements will be 2 power m minus 1. Consider set P and Q. If we compare these two sets, set P is subset of Q because all the elements of P are present in Q. We can also say set Q is subset of P because all the elements of Q are present in P. Also, since all the elements are equal, set P is equal to Q. From this we can say, if P is subset of Q and Q is subset of P, it implies that P is equal to Q. Or we can say, if P is equal to Q, it implies that P is subset of Q and Q is subset of P. So in general we say P is subset of Q and Q is subset of P if and only if P is equal to Q. Consider the sets P, Q and R. If we compare set P and Q, we have P is subset of Q. Let us compare set Q with R. Q is subset of R. And also if we compare P with R, we can say P is subset of R. So if P is subset of Q and Q is subset of R, it implies that P is subset of R. Consider sets P, Q and R. So in set P, 1 is element of P and 2 is element of P. In set Q, 3 is element of Q. If we check set R, so we have element 2, so 2 is element of R. Next we have a set with elements 3 and 4. So a set with element 3 and 4 is an element of R. So a set can be an element of other sets. So the remaining elements are 5 and 6. The elements of set P are 3 and 4. The elements of set Q are 3. The elements of set R are 2, set 3, 4, 5 and 6. If we compare set P and R, we say P is not a subset of R because the elements 3, 4 are not present in set R. We have a set 3, 4 as element, but 3 is not an element of R, 4 is not an element of R. So if we compare set Q and R, here 3 is element of Q, but 3 is not an element of R. Hence, set Q is not a subset of R. Consider set A with elements set of 3, 4. Here, set 3, 4 is an element of set A. Now, if you compare set A with R, set 3, 4 is also element of A, set 3, 4 is also element of R. So we can say A is subset of R. Consider set S and all the possible subsets. If I consider all these subsets as elements of a set, that set is called as power set. Set of all the subsets is called a power set, and it is denoted as P of name of the set. Here the name is S, so P of S equal to set of all the subsets. Since power set contains all the subsets, the number of elements of a power set will be given by 2 power m. Consider the sets. If you observe, P is subset of U, Q is subset of U, R is subset of U, and also S is subset of U. Since set U contains all the sets under consideration, set U is called a universal set.